Hello, everyone. Another very exciting day today. Why exciting? Because I just got these two lovely aluminum parts. What they are the Y carriage or the gantry part of the Y axis on my VzBoT. And they were made by Mellow 3D. And the design is really from my VzBoT. However, a guy from my group he's one of my admin, Diemex, a really nice guy. He took my CAD file and redesigned my Y cart or carriage to this design, which is really good. It's been made in aluminum, so it's really stiff, really light. I really like how it turned out, and because it's now 45-degree here, you could mount your motor in the back in a 45-degree angle, and that will simply just go flush, so you won't lose any bed space or print size space. So these are really awesome, and I'm gonna test them, install them on my VzBoT, and if they fit good, if everything is good with them, then Mellow will start producing these parts. However, what we really aim here is producing everything on the VzBoT in these type of aluminum parts, so that way the whole printer will be very solid, very nice. So that's really exciting because Mellow 3D has accepted to work with us and be kind of the provider for parts. So very good news for everyone interested in building a VzBoT. So we're going to work with them and complete the kit and try to build everything that we can in aluminum. So that's very exciting. So now let's just, for the sake of it, take a look at this. I was surprised myself. This weighed 9.6 grams, which is, it's really awesome. I never thought it would be that light, but it is. And it could be even lighter if we made this guy a bit more skeleton. Now we need to add a spacer here so the belt can fit behind, but we can use plastic there, so not a big deal. So very nice design. I'm just curious to see how it will fit. So we're gonna install that right now and see how it goes. So with my design here with the Y gantry, it's easy to work because you just lift it, sorry, and then you can keep the X carriage on, and you can simply normally without the fan system, I was just pulling it on 45-degree angle and just let it sit there, or you can put the bed higher and let it sit on the bed, and now it allows you to work on the gantry. With the new aluminum brackets, you won't have that option. So how you're gonna be able to actually mount it, or how I'm gonna be able to do it, is I'm gonna have to take the cross member and bring it in 45-degree angle, that way, and then slide it in inside here. I won't be able to just let it sit there. So anyway, we need to remove these guys here, the inside block, and I've made this little hole there. It makes it a lot easier. You just use a M3, you screw it in and then you pull it. So I need to grab an M3 and do that, and then I need to replace it with new printed blocks because it doesn't align the new carriage here. There's a bit of a difference. I'll try to show you here. If we align this here, you see one side of the hole works, but the other one is too far on the left, and that's because this design is narrower and you can't use the other hole. So we need new hole in the carbon fiber tube, and we need new little blocks with M3 nuts inside. new holes have been drilled. And now we need to insert these guys. But what you'll notice with those carbon fiber square tube is that they are not perfect. So as you can see, this side is wider than this guy and so on. So you might have to file this guy down to make it fit. Right now it won't fit. It's gonna go this way. But yeah, it's not far from being able to fit, but I'll have to use a file because, like I said, it's not perfect. So we're gonna have to do this on both sides. You want these to be as tight as possible, however, so don't file it too much. Alright, so we got a little design issue right here. So to be able to put that screw, that bolt right here, we've done a cutout in the part here. However, it's not enough. I mean, if we try to fit it, it is really hard. It works, but I need to correct that in the design and give it a bit more clearance, because as you can see, you can't really put it inside. You can if you just force it, but I mean, it's kind of damaging the threads a bit. Even though this aluminum, it just will go right in. As you force it, there you go, it passed. So that's gonna work for now, but we're gonna fix that design and give it a bit more clearance there. We're gonna just move that part to here and make the cutout bigger. Not a big deal, but yeah, you only know when you try it. So in theory that was good. In practice, there's a little issue right there. Okay, I was able to mount it to the sliding block, but it was not easy. And if you don't do it right with a slight angle, you're gonna damage the thread on the sliding block. So yeah, we really need to make these holes bigger in that direction, so that way you can have more clearance to screw them. I mean, to bolt them, and be able to use a, like I said, a kind of a round shape Allen key or hex key. That way you can screw them or bolt them straight. So that's what I call prototype. you fail, and then you fix what has failed, and you go on. So yeah, I will correct that in the design, and it will be perfect for the next one. Alright, so I was able to finally mount the two aluminum parts here on the sliding blocks, and I've put on the rail back on the X cross member, and also inserted the two tube ends that contains the M3 that will lock into these guys. So now I just want to see if I'm able to put it in. So that's going to be interesting. Yep, that clears on this side. Yay, yeah, that works. That works. So yeah, we can screw this on now. So to make it square, what I normally do, I bring everything in the front like so, and then I screw them when they're both touching the end. Alright, all screws are in. Now to do the squareness, just gonna bring it in the front like so, and now we tighten everything down. Then now we can do the belts, pulleys, bring the belt back, and yeah, we're probably gonna be done. So here it is. Couple things that I needed to do. First thing first, I needed to let me zoom a bit. Yeah, I needed to do bigger spacers, because the printed parts was thicker, or it was, anyway, you know what I mean. So I needed longer spacers between the gantry here, and I needed another stopper for the stop switch that you see there. so that way it's gonna hit there. I also needed to do the stop switch on the Y, which is there. Probably not the sexiest thing. I need to integrate that into that part. I just drilled two holes and put that stop switch there. And what else? Yeah, so I was not happy with the belt parallelism. That probably is not the right word, but yeah, the belt were not parallel and they were not lined up properly. So I've modified the belt grabbers here, and now they are. So everything is lined up perfectly. So that's a good thing. And so yeah, we're ready. I'm gonna do the first homing right now. I've also connected my accelerometer cable, and I'll be able to measure the vibration now that we have these aluminum mounts. So let's just do the first homing and hope that everything is all right. Let's do home all. And it's probably gonna be, yep, okay, cool. Yeah, I've tested the contacts before doing it, so that's good. Everything moves fine. Let's do action move. Let's lower the bed by 5, and then by 50. All right, everything is super smooth, so that's it. I'm gonna now do the measurement of the vibration, and we should be ready to print after that. So just for a comparison, the Y gantry is weighing 9.6 gram, and this is what I had before. I had this part here, and on top I had this part as well, plus the end stop or whatever, the end. So 31 gram, let's say 30. So roughly I'm gonna save 20 grams on each side, so 40 grams of moving mass, which is, it may sound not a lot, but 40 grams saving here and there, it's awesome for me. So I'm really happy. That's good. All right, it's currently doing the X measurement. As you can hear that vibration going more crazy and crazy. In the meantime, just want to mention that I have ordered titanium bolts. I want to try to replace every bolt in there with titanium. They're expensive, so probably, yeah, that was loud. So yeah, replacing everything with titanium, which is going to save weight. And also that silicone socks that was made by me. It doesn't look good at all, but it's until Mellow is going to be working on creating one and selling one, so that will be good. If not, then I'll just do a mold and try to create one myself. But that was just in the meantime. So okay, so we've done the X measurement. We'll do the Y, and I'm going to try to compare that to before, when I had the other gantry. Okay, so I'm done doing the resonance measurement with the accelerometer. So this is the kind of vibration I get. So on the top we have the X-axis, and the bottom we have the Y-axis. On the left is with the printed part, and on the Y is with the aluminum part. And I don't know, I'm surprised with the results. But before we go into the details, just want to mention that I have completely retuned the O-drive system, also between the two shots that I did the measurement. So it might be because of that, or it's all because of the aluminum parts. And also it might also be because of the belt tension, because it's really hard to go back to the exact same amount of tension that was there before. Even if you get a spectrum analyzer to tune your belts, it's really hard to be really precise on that. So, but it's really interesting
especially on the x-axis, the before parts, I had a lot of like vibrations, even though the big spike was around 70, like let's say 74 or 73 hertz. I still had other vibrations elsewhere in the frequency range, which was a bit weird, but it just started when I moved on to the Magnum Plus. And then with the aluminum parts, I don't have any noises or vibration other than at 100 frequency, which is good because it jumped from like 74, 73 to 100 hertz. And normally that means that we've saved weight. So the lightest it gets, the higher the frequency should go. So that's a good thing. But I was expecting that on the Y and not on the X. And I can't understand this. There might be a really logical reason. If you know, and if you think you have an answer to that, please comment below. I'd be happy to discuss this discuss this with you guys. And at the bottom, it's also weird. Before I had just one spike, and then after I get a bit of vibration on the X. Red here is the x-axis, and the X starts to vibrate around 100. Same thing as a spike at the top. So the purple line is a combination of all axes. So this is really the X that starts vibrating at 100. Otherwise, if you look at the spike in green, which is the Y, you'll see that it's spiking around 73, 72. Before it was around in the 60s. So there again, I've gained a bit of frequency, meaning that I've also gained, I've lost weight because again, lightest means higher frequency. So I think it's a good thing, though I'm not liking all the vibration on X, but this could be a false measurement with my sensor. I know I didn't tape or didn't zip tie the cable that goes to the accelerometer, and that could be playing with that. I'll take some more measurement, but yeah, overall frequencies went up. All right, so everything's done. So what's next is we're gonna torture this guy. We're gonna give it hell and see how it performs. If it's able to endure the torture and high speed, high acceleration, and if it does, and if it prints good, and if everything's good, then we can ask Mellow to start do a batch of these aluminum gantry parts. And also what's next will be the front idlers mount and the motor mounts. Not these one, because this is O-drive system. Motors are outside the enclosure, but the normal configuration for VzBoT is NEMA 17. So motor mounts in the back are easy to manufacture in aluminum, as well as the front idler mounts. So that would be next. And if all goes well again, if Mellow still wants to work with us, then we can attack some Z parts and whatnot. Maybe a whole new level of machine aluminum parts for the VzBoT. So it's really exciting. I'm really happy that people want to jump in my project. I find it very, very nice. So thank you for everyone supporting me, everyone that has been working on this with me, especially Diemex. Your gantry design is very good. So yeah, stay tuned. If you have not hit the subscribe button yet, please do it. You'll see a couple prints in a couple days that will be printing with the aluminum parts, and I'll update you all on how it goes, and if we can have more aluminum parts, which is very nice. I was not expecting to save weight with aluminum, but here it is, a proof that yeah, it can be light and it can be rigid with aluminum. So that was it. Thanks again for watching. Sorry, a long, boring video again, but I had fun making it, so I hope you had fun watching it. So if you do, again, please hit the subscribe. There's gonna be more of that coming. Thanks again. Have a good night, folks. Bye.